The biggest misconception in 2025 is that you need some complex funnel to scale your business and get pre-sold leads. In fact, it's not a misconception, it's actually a lie. Okay, you don't need a complex funnel at all. So in this video, I want to go through why you don't need a funnel and instead you need an ecosystem instead, okay? And if you don't know who I am, my name's James, owner of Magnify Your Content Media, and I help 6 to 7 to 8 to even 9-figure entrepreneurs build content systems to save time and get them pre-sale clients with less struggle, okay? And we do everything for our clients. All they have to do is press record for 1 hour a week. We take care of everything else, okay? And it just adds fuel to the fire of whatever they're doing right now as well. And if you want my social proof, just check out the first link in the description. And also, if you want to join my free email list where I give away free content resources every single day, just check out the second link and you can join that for completely free. But without further ado, let's get into the video. I'm going to go smaller here and I'm going to run you through, first of all, why funnels don't just cut it anymore, okay? And I'm not saying they're completely dead. Of course, funnels still work, like it's always going to work, but there's a better way of doing things. And I also want to make sure you realize that I don't mean you need to get rid of a funnel, I mean you need to add to it, and that's what I'm going to explain in a minute. So with a funnel, it's one-dimensional. You're mostly hitting your prospect from one angle. For example, the most traditional funnel really, ads, VSL, call, okay? The VSL is the main thing that's nurturing, which in all honesty isn't enough, okay? So what you need to realize is studies show that we're at the lowest person-to-person trust in history. Skepticism is at an all-time high, and that means people do not buy from the first touch point as much anymore, okay? So for example, what I mean by this is they're not just buying if they watch a VSL, okay? They're hopping on calls, giving you all the objections under the sun. And I know for a fact that you're probably seeing it too. Right now, you're using traditional funnels. Your ad costs are at an all-time high. Your profits are decreasing by the day, and your sales team hops on calls with prospects who give them all the objections under the sun. And this isn't because your offer has nothing to do with that. It's because no one actually trusts you. You've got a proven offer. You've got clients. You're doing well for yourself, but you want more, of course. Everyone wants more, and you want it to make it easier. And the only way you're going to be able to make it easier is by having a content ecosystem. Now, if you implement a content ecosystem, you'll be able to hit your prospects from all angles and build up trust 24/7. Let me do an example, because I know a lot of you just think I'm trying to sell my services here, which I'm not. I'm trying to give you value on what's actually working in today's market. But I want to give you an example so you actually know that I'm telling the truth. I'm not just saying to you, oh, you need this because I offer it. But anyway, let's just say, for example, there's prospect A and prospect B. Who do you think's more likely to close? Prospect A, who has just seen your ad, seen a VSL and booked in a call. And I'm not saying people won't close from this. You obviously have, because you're doing well for yourself. But it's getting a bit of a struggle now because trust is at an all-time low. No one trusts anymore. And let's just say prospect B, someone who has seen your ad, seen your VSL, goes to your profile, sees your content, sees your value, you shift their beliefs, you overcome any objections before the calls because of the content you're producing. They see you have a YouTube channel, binge watches that, which is 30 to 40 minute videos, which builds up way more trust, signs up for some lead magnets because you have them, gets hit with valuable emails, sees your Instagram stories, and then decides to reply to it and then books in a call. Who do you think is more likely to close? And I would say, well, I would personally say 100% prospect B, but prospect B is more likely to close 70% of the time, okay? Because you're in front of your prospect's face 24/7, building up trust, okay? And that's just obvious. Like, prospect A has only seen you a couple of times and only knows what you do from the ad, from the VSL, and then they book in a call. That's why they give you so many objections. And of course, there's a little bits of things in that process that builds up trust, the social proof, etc. But the more you're in front of your prospect's face, the more likely they are to buy without objections, with just hopping on calls and just saying, yo, send the invoice. They just want to hear a bit more about what you do and get to know you or your sales team. And then they're going to buy from you because they've seen your content. They've seen what they need to see to actually convert into a paying client. Well, of course, prospect B is 70%, I would say, more likely to close. But how can you build your own content ecosystem And I'm going to break it down really simply because I hate when people overcomplicate things. They overcomplicate things so you can buy what they sell. So you need the help. But I'm going to give it to you simply. What you need is these 5 things, okay? Well, 1, 2, 3, 4, yeah, 5 things, okay? So first you need to post short form content 5 times a week. Okay, you need to post content that grows your account. You need to post content that speaks directly to your ideal client, shifts their beliefs, and also helps overcome any objections they may have before the call, so they're pre-sold. You need to post as well social proof content. Social proof is by far the most important piece of content you need to create. You need to post on Instagram stories 2 to 5 times a day. So whenever you get a client result, whenever you get just something that positions you as an authority, post it on your story and leave a call to action below it saying want the same results, reply with so and so. You also need to post a story call to action framework each week to either a lead magnet or an offer. So you're going to promote a lead magnet or just literally promote your offer. So reply with so and so for more information. I'm taking on 5 clients who want to so and so, so and so, so and so. Reply with so and so for more information. Really simple. You also need to post YouTube videos 1 time a week. And YouTube videos are really underrated. And I would highly suggest you posting them because it builds up trust quicker. You're seeing your prospect for a longer time. They're seeing you for a longer time. So that leads to more trust. Trust is basically seeing someone for a longer period of time and just getting to know them over time until they trust you. That's all it is. And YouTube does that way quicker. So post you 1 YouTube video a week, and this is to build up the 7 hours worth of trust quicker. And I would also offer lead magnets at the end to grab emails and send emails daily. We don't take care of that, so you can do that yourself, but we take care of the content part. So for example, the short form content, the long form content, either we take care of, but the emails and that you lot I would suggest doing it because it hits them from another angle, and you're probably doing it already from your ads to the VSL, etc., or your webinar, whatever you're doing. Okay, you also want to use ManyChat in your short form content, so to start conversations and also grab emails. And the last thing you really want to do, and I've really seen good results from my clients who already have one of these, which is an appointment setter, because you want an appointment setter to start conversations with people who interact with your content because they're leads, they're interested in what you do, they press the follow, they interacted for a reason. Okay, so that's how to have an ecosystem, because you're posting short form content, they're seeing you from the short form content. Let's just say, for example, you're already running ads, you already have the VSL, you already have all of that. They see your ad, they see your VSL, they see your short form content, they get hit from that angle, that you post on Instagram stories, they keep seeing you, they keep seeing the results you're getting, etc. You then post YouTube videos, promote it on your Instagram story, they're going to see you from that angle, build up even more trust. And once people watch one of your videos on YouTube, they keep on getting recommended them. That's why YouTube's so good. And then you're going to use ManyChat. You're going to grab their email, you're going to send them emails, they're going to see you from that angle as well. And also, the appointment setter is going to reach out to them, start a conversation, they're going to see you from that angle. They're just going to see you from all angles and not be able to get away from you. That's the whole point of an ecosystem. So you're in front of their faces, building up trust 24/7. And when they see the call to actions, when they see just the link in your bio or whatever, they're going to take the action and book in a call and buy from you straight away because you've overcome any objections they may have before the actual call. So what I'm really trying to get across to you is you need to be in front of your prospect's face 24/7, and that's why content is so important, because it's really the only way that you can do that while building up a lot of trust. So that's what I wanted to run through in this video. You don't need a funnel, you need an ecosystem. You need to be in front of your prospect's face 24/7. And as I said, if you want to join my free email list, it's in the second link in the description. I give away free resources daily about content, every single day, literally free resources and free tips and tricks. And if you enjoyed this video and you want to learn how you can get 5 to 15 extra high ticket clients from just posting content through having an ecosystem, it's one of the videos up here. You can see it will be on this side or that side. I recommend you watching that, and I hope you got some value from this, and peace.